first and foremost, guys, Sean Strickland is an amazing fighter. Now, I know a lot of you guys think I'm a Sean Strickland hater. I am not. I just call it how I see it. Now, when Sean Strickland usually goes out to the fight, he loves to take that Philly shell style. He's been able to get to a world championship level and use that Philly shell style. Now, when I break down his fights, I said this. I could take him and put him in every single different fight between Israel Adesanya, all the other gentlemen, even the guys he fights at the gym, the internet trolls. It's the same thing. It's a jab, cross, left check, left hook, or 1-2. That's all it is.
I think Strickland does very well when he's kind of dictating what's going on, when he's pressuring you, peppering you with the jab, making you very wary of the jab, keeping you on your toes with that, and then he kind of decides which way he wants to go after the fact.
Yeah.
But, mate, he was getting pushed the entire fight. He's landing jabs. He was landing jabs. His jab's beautiful, and he was landing so many of them.
Many of them.
Dricus was just moving forward, mate. He was he was just relentless.
Yeah, no, listen, he is good. He's definitely good. He caught me in the first round with the jab, and then I realized I can't let him get away with that jab, because my game plan was obviously first 2 rounds. Our plan was 100% to fight his fight, not to go out and fight the way that I fight. You'll see how the fight changed from the 3rd round. I went more to my style, but that was our game plan.
I mean, for now, I think of a guy like Sean Strickland. Will he ever get a crack at the belt again? I mean, I think the only way he maybe gets into the crack is, but now he's going to have to go down the ladder. I mean, there's Jerry Cannonier, there's Robert Whitaker, there's Marvin Vettori. There's all these guys that are in line wanting and waiting to get another crack at the new champ. I mean, how is it that UFC is going to end up pulling this? I mean, as we all saw it, is if you're able to push Sean Strickland back and you're able to make him fight, things do change, man. Like, he doesn't fight the same. You know, if you bully the bully at times, they get a little lost, and that's kind of what I felt a little bit.
Yeah, I think he struggled to get his feet under him because Dricus is such an awkward guy. The fact he was changing stance the entire time, pushing that pace the entire time, he was giving Strickland a lot of looks. He was using his legs. He was going for takedowns. He was throwing overhands. And obviously, he was throwing that overhand because of the way Strickland leans back over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So this fight style was very much catered towards Strickland. And I think him doing that for the entire 5 rounds, having that sort of that discipline to follow the game plan through for those rounds, mate, I just think Strickland found it really hard to get his feet under him. You know, as someone who's fought Dricus, he is awkward to fight him there. He's just awkward. He's awkward. So it's hard to find your own footing.
Where Sean Strickland, he's just going jab, 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 cross, boom, boom. You don't see Sean go bop, 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 and bop, bop, leg kick, push kick, clinch, elbow, knee. You don't see those things for Sean. It's only one-dimensional in the boxing.
If they could work it, because the way his style is, he is very up and like straight up and down. His feet are close together, which gives him the ability to move quickly and counter and lean back, and he gauges his distance. But even something that I've been working lately, or like Mark really kind of started putting into my game a while ago, was really sitting down on my counters. So if he could still have that long jab, still be elusive, but every once in a while kind of, ground himself in the middle of these kind of combat, because he does counter very well, but there's not a lot on them because he's always kind of in motion and moving and slipping, but every once in a while, if he just really grounded himself and sat down on something hard and then got back to what he was doing, what he normally does, I think that would make a world of difference for him.
Now, earlier, I did a tweet, and my tweet said, I'm going to read it verbatim. That way you guys don't think, oh, you didn't say that. This is what I said, and I'll tell you guys what I meant by this tweet. Okay, and this is my background with working with one of the greatest coaches in the world. If you don't use all the tools in MMA, you are limiting your skill set and will never reach a new levels. Wrestling, jits, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, judo, sambo, and I wanted to add, etc. Stop just being one-dimensional and giving each other CTE. This is why I said that. You can do anything you want in mixed martial arts. You can do spinning back kicks. You can do a soccer kick. You can do a flying knee. You can do a suplex. You can do a high crotch. You can do elbows. You can do any type of martial art.
That's what he needs, because he kind of has one game plan. He doesn't go for takedowns, right? He's not the most wildly aggressive on the feet. Of course, you know, he's had some great moments when he stopped Abus Magomedov, beautiful stoppage against Israel Adesanya, dropped him in the first and walked him down. But a lot of the time in these close fights, like Jared Cannonier, like that one against Dricus, and that's kind of what I was alluding to a second ago, you have your plan A. And if that's working, if you're teeing off and you can't miss with that jab and you're getting through with the right here and there and the front kicks to the stomach and all the rest of it, and you're keeping him at bay and you're frustrating him and you're clearly winning the fight, that's great. But when it really starts to get, you know, confusing for the judges, you know, you've got to have a plan B, even a plan C, you know. So I just think he needs to go forward more, and I think he just needs to use that jab to set up other things. They call the jab the key to the door. That's the entry point to a lot of other combinations. You can jab, you can throw an inside kick, you can jab, you can throw a high kick, a right hand, a left hook, anything you want, you know. But I just think he needs to put more numbers together, to put it simply and basically.
So when I looked at Sean Strickland, I know he's capable of doing so much more. I know he is. I know he's athletic enough. He's become a world champion, and I know he can do more, but he's so content with keeping with that style.
What the UFC promotion wants, what every MMA promotion wants, an organization, they want a fighter, okay, that people want to follow, that people want to see compete. Doesn't matter. Champion, not champion, doesn't matter. You can have an extremely successful career if you are a guy that people want to see fight. Sean Strickland, already being a champion, has accomplished a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him fight for the belt in the near future again.
If there's contenders that make sense, I don't want to fight contenders that doesn't make sense. You know, fighting Israel Adesanya makes sense. Fighting guys that deserve the title shots makes sense. But I don't want to just fight somebody because I don't want to be Israel Adesanya that fought Sean Strickland. Yeah, Strickland won that fight, but they should have never fought.
I chronicled a little bit on the broadcast the extent to which Sean Strickland has repeatedly stepped up for this promotion, right? Dating really to the Alex Pereira fight, when he put his number 4 ranking on the line against a man that nobody wanted to face. Pay-per-view debut for Sean Strickland, and of course it didn't last very long against Alex Pereira. Fast forward 6 months, January 2023, Kelvin Gastelum can't fight Nassourdine Imavov. Who steps into the main event? Sean Strickland, right? So when he got the championship fight against Israel Adesanya, I know Dricus Du Plessis said that fight shouldn't have happened. I vehemently disagree. Sean Strickland really deserved that opportunity, won the world title, and then a few months later here, they needed somebody to headline in Toronto, maybe hoping that they could turn around at UFC 300. And who stepped up again? Sean Strickland, right? So I think the guy deserves a lot of credit.
There was a time there wasn't anybody that believed in this kid except for me. I called and I spoke directly to Joe Silva about Sean. Sean doesn't know that. And I tried to get that good word in. And Joe Silva ended up leaving. And I said, who do I need to talk to about Sean? And Joe says, I've already passed it. He said, so it's already been passed. Your guy's not going to get lost in the shuffle. And I know when I was in the room with him every day, I grabbed him every day. And I grabbed him every day because nobody else did it. Nobody else grabbed him because they didn't believe in him. They didn't see what I saw. And I watched him trying to come up. And he didn't even know how he's going to get to practice. He didn't have money to put gas in his car. He had a girlfriend that supported, he had people that liked him. That they would provide a ride so he could get there, and he worked his ass off. I knew this guy was something special.
I didn't like Sean the most when I first met him. I thought he was an arrogant guy who just talked too much, acted like he knew it all, and didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Then the more I watched him in the room, the more I began to realize there's a method to his madness. He's smarter than what he appears and what he gives off to the public. He's actually very intelligent when he's getting up here. Well, he's a smart dude.
You guys don't get, we're at the press conference and somebody's saying us talking and the crowd's like, we love you, Sean. And somebody yells, Strickland, tell me what to think. And I'm like, that is a scary thing that like, he's that loved. It's crazy to see where he is now compared to where he was when I met him. So I love it for him. I'm so happy for him.